What's up, everyone? Welcome back. And before we dive into today's story, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss out on rare and iconic cars that shaped the history of the automotive world. Now, imagine it's the late 1950s. Europe is recovering from the aftermath of World War II. People are looking for affordable, compact, yet stylish cars to move around the growing cities. Out of this era came something truly unique, a little Italian creation that blended charm, practicality, and surprising elegance into one tiny package. I'm talking about the 1958 Bianchina Supermini. This wasn't just a car, it was a statement of design, culture, and aspiration wrapped in a compact body. The Bianchina was introduced in 1957, but by 1958 it truly started making waves. It was born from a partnership between Fiat, Pirelli, and Bianchi, three giants in the Italian industrial scene. Essentially, it was built on the mechanical foundation of the famous Fiat 500, but it came with something extra: style. Where the Fiat 500 was practical, bare bones, and straightforward, the Bianchina was designed to be chic, elegant, and fashionable. Think of it as the difference between everyday streetwear and high fashion. This was the car that made the average worker feel like they were driving something classy. The design was compact yet surprisingly well proportioned. With its tiny dimensions, it could slip through the narrowest Italian alleyways, but at the same time, it had chrome accents too, tone paint jobs, and elegant curves that made it stand out on the streets. It was marketed as a Supermini, and that's exactly what it was. Small in size, but big in personality. And when you parked it, it had that undeniable wow factor that people just didn't expect from such a tiny car. Under the hood, it wasn't a powerhouse, but it didn't need to be. The Bianchina shared its engine with the Fiat 500, a rear-mounted, air-cooled, two-cylinder engine. We're talking about 479cc producing around 15 horsepower. That may sound laughable today, but back then, it was all about mobility and efficiency. This little car could cruise at about 50 miles per hour, and while it wasn't built for speed, it was perfect for city driving. Its lightweight frame and small turning radius made it incredibly easy to handle, even in the busiest traffic. But here's what really made it special: the way it was positioned. The Bianchina was marketed toward a more upscale audience compared to the Fiat 500. It was often bought by professionals, small business owners, and even celebrities who wanted a second, stylish city car. It was the kind of vehicle that made a statement. You weren't just getting from point A to point B, you were doing it with flair. The interior was surprisingly refined for such a small car. There was attention to detail in the upholstery, the dashboard, and even the steering wheel design. It was proof that even in the smallest spaces, Italian design could deliver sophistication. Some versions even had convertible roofs, giving it a sporty, open-air feel, which made it incredibly desirable during sunny Mediterranean summers. Fast forward to today, and the 1958 Bianchina Supermini is considered a collectible gem. Enthusiasts and collectors love it not just because of its rarity, but because of what it represents. It's a slice of post-war optimism, Italian craftsmanship, and vintage automotive design. At auctions, a well-restored Bianchina can fetch impressive prices, far beyond what anyone in 1958 could have imagined. Some models have even crossed the 40,000 mark, which is insane when you think about how inexpensive they once were. What makes this car truly timeless is the emotional connection it carries. It's not just about horsepower or top speed. It's about style, character, and history. Every curve, every chrome detail, every sound from that little two-cylinder engine tells a story of an era when cars weren't just machines. They were companions, they were fashion statements, they were dreams on wheels. So next time you see a Bianchina, don't just look at it as a cute little car. Look deeper. See it as a symbol of innovation, of making the everyday extraordinary, of showing the world that even the smallest things can leave the biggest impressions. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this dive into the 1958 Bianchina Supermini, don't forget to hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and of course, subscribe to the channel for more rare and fascinating stories from the world of cars.